Hello, lovely people of the internet. I am Damien Geppetto. Welcome to the dark side. Hyperbolic clickbait title aside, this video will show you how to circumvent the arena algorithms and increase your win rate. I am here today to help you hack. Wait, hold on. I'm getting a text message. Sorry about that. Wizards of the Coast finally responded. They have divulged that the best way to secure a greater win rate on Arena is this. Spend $50 a week and they'll put you into the winner's bracket. Okay? That was a great video. Thanks for tuning in. You heard it from Watsy. Spend money and the system will manufacture wins for you. Simple answer to a complicated question. Have a wonderful day. If you couldn't tell that was satire, log off the internet, go outside, touch some grass, and please take a shower. Dripping sarcasm aside, there are some simple things a player in Arena can do to ensure a better win percentage. Unfortunately, the shuffler will eventually come for you, no matter how amazing of a deck you brew. Bumping your win rate over 50% is possible, but as the video prefaced, Arena is a pay-to-win game. If this truth makes you angry, well good. Reality is bittersweet. Let's admit it, no matter how much we complain, we aren't going to give up playing Magic the Gathering. We are junkies. They know it, and they manipulate our emotions in an attempt to squeeze more money out of our wallets. Watsy is an abusive partner, and we are unwilling to leave her. So let's make the most of this dysfunctional game. You made it this far, so please like and subscribe for more content. If you're screaming at your screen because my gigantic forehead is blinding you, toss a comment below the video. All right, let's get to the meat of the matter. Is it cheating if the system is rigged and cheating against you? This is the question I ask my followers every single Twitch stream. The answer is no. The game is hard-coded to manipulate hand draws, which Watsy has admitted, and the matchmaking is also manipulated, which Watsy has admitted as well. Is it really crazy to postulate that other unstated manipulation exists? Time to put on my tinfoil hat and figure out what's going on behind the scenes. Arena is manipulating wins and losses via their matchmaking system. That's right, it isn't the shuffler. It's the matchmaker that is rigging results. It is impossible for them to ensure wins or losses, especially with many outcomes coming down to human error. But it is possible to affect win percentages. In a system that combines manipulated matchmaking with a shady shuffler, win percentages can easily be skewed by 20 to 30 percentage points. Not to mention the simplest way, picking who goes first in a match. This is how the game ensures you stay close to a 50% win rate. Think about all the exportable data from third-party apps like Untapped.gg, not sponsored. How much more internal data does Watsy have? For example, Arena tracks how each individual deck performs against every single color combination. Using this data to determine which opponents to match you up against to provide a preferred outcome, win or loss, is not a stretch. It is how the system is designed. Anecdotal evidence backs this theory, but without access to the algorithms running the game, we'll never really know how much the Arena client is manipulating wins and losses. But they are absolutely skewing results for profit. It is the way of corporate business. According to Watsy, they smooth the shuffler in best of one matches, both standard and play. They accomplish this by grouping cards together to provide you with a better distribution of lands and spells in your opening hand to minimize mulligans. Their intent is to provide a more enjoyable experience in game, but over time, the code has morphed into a monstrosity. Be advised, there is no random in computer coding, only pattern program, which is so complex that the human brain is tricked into believing it is random. Now, let's put away our tinfoil hat and find some loopholes to take advantage of the system. So what can a player do to counteract the system? Have you tried black magic? Prick your finger, summon a demon, I suggest Beelzebub, and make a deal to improve your win-loss percentage in Magic. What money can't buy, a deal with a demon should suffice. Please note, this is a joke. Beelzebub does not care about your Arena ranking. The number one tip to improve your win-loss ratio Ensure that every deck you build has some sort of sorting mechanism. What does that mean? Drawing cards, curating the deck via surveil, searching for specific cards, and spells that shuffle up your deck. Each color uses a different method, but every deck needs at least one of these mechanics in order to fix mana floods or droughts. Even mono red aggro, reckless impulse, the shuffler will screw you. Be prepared to mitigate the bad code. Tip number 2, adjust your decks on a regular basis. Do not simply net deck and play without making minor adjustments. Drawing too much land on the day? Cut a land from the deck, add another spell. Can't draw 1 mana cards in your opening hands? Cut a couple bigger mana cost cards and add some more 1 mana drops. You get the idea. The algorithm is constantly learning each individual deck's strengths and weaknesses. Changing your deck, even slightly, causes a ripple in whatever processes are going on behind the scenes. Don't make a deck and leave it set in stone. It should evolve on a regular basis. Alternatively, you could create a whole new deck to play, but this could backfire if you aren't a master brewer. Typically, the first 10 to 20 games you play with a deck are the easiest to win before the algorithm figures out its strengths and weaknesses. Tip number 3. Put triplets of cards into decks instead of quadruplets, 3 instead of 4. Certain cards will still need 4 copies in your deck, the ones crucial to winning, but most spells do not need 4 copies and will draw consistently enough with only 3. Do this with 3 different spells and you can add 1 additional spell into your deck for added synergy. Remember, all the top decks are derived from in-person Magic tournaments. In paper Magic, real randomization occurs. Actual randomization in Arena Shuffler is a myth. WotC is selling us chunky peanut butter and calling it smooth. Don't fall for the gaslighting. Tip number 4. Auto-concede losses when you're at the bottom of a tier, like Platinum 4. If you lose over and over again while you can't lose ranking, your in-game MMR still goes down. Once you start playing for real, your opponents will be easier. This is a proven exploit to counteract the rigged matchmaking system. I suggest you make a specific deck for this so you can track how many games you tank in order to rise up the ranks faster. Bonus tip, play to your strengths and weaknesses. Maybe you're a real aggressive player. If this is the case, playing a control deck will probably not improve your win percentage. Maybe the opposite is true. You like counter spells and control. If that's the case, play a reactive deck. Lean into whatever you are naturally inclined towards. If you are still listening, you want to be a better Magic player. Stop blindly following the crowd by copy-pasting decks into your account based off what other people say are performing well. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is what decks you can win with. Just because someone won a tournament with a specific deck does not mean you can win 60% of the games you play with it. Go with what works for you. And in summation, becoming a better player in Arena requires you to pay attention to trends. Knowing what spell your opponent will play next and how to counteract them is crucial to gaining an advantage. This means that if you see an opponent cast a spell, expect them to have a duplicate of that spell in their hand or near the top of their library. Spells and lands are sticky. Delicious, chunky peanut butter. We all know that losing sucks, but it's one of the best ways to gain experience. Instead of hyper-analyzing every move you made in a game, pay attention to your opponent's patterns of play. Most of the time, I know every single play my opponent's going to make before they do it. This allows me an opportunity to win by simply predicting behavior and being prepared. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and go follow me on Twitch. Stay classy, Magic Brewers. And for the love of Satan, please say hello to your opponents at the start of a match.